In 2009, during a public interview, Howie Mandel revealed something that shocked everyone. At the peak of his success, he couldn't shake hands, not because he didn't want to, but because his brain was convinced that everything around him was contaminated. He avoided touching people, objects, even things that looked completely clean. And inside his mind, one thought kept repeating, "This is dangerous. Don't touch it." He knew it didn't make sense, but the fear felt real, and no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't stop it. That's not just fear, that's OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder. According to National Library of Medicine, OCD has been ranked as one of the top 10 leading causes of disability in the world and has been associated with diminished quality of life. And here's something most people don't realize. It's not just the thoughts that are painful, it's how people feel about them. A meta-analysis published in the British Journal of Clinical Psychology found a strong link between OCD and shame. People don't just experience intrusive thoughts, they feel guilty, ashamed, like something is wrong with them, even though they never chose these thoughts in the first place. And to understand why this happens, we need to look inside the brain. In a healthy brain, thoughts come and go all the time, and most of them are filtered out automatically. This happens through a system that connects the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making, the basal ganglia, which helps stop unnecessary thoughts, and the thalamus, which sends signals back to the brain. Normally, a thought appears, gets evaluated, and if it's not important, it fades away. But in OCD, this system gets stuck in a loop. There's a specific circuit called the cortico-striato-thalamocortical loop, or CSTC. Instead of shutting the thought down, this loop keeps sending signals that something is wrong, that you need to check again, that you can't ignore it, even when there's no real danger. At the same time, research shows that serotonin, a neurotransmitter involved in mood and thought regulation, may be imbalanced, making it even harder for the brain to switch these thoughts off. So what looks like overthinking is actually a brain circuit that is stuck, repeating the same signal again and again. OCD isn't a lack of control, it's a system in the brain that can't turn itself off. So if this loop in the brain doesn't stop, why does it look so different from one person to another? Some people feel like everything is contaminated. Others keep checking the same thing again and again, and some are trapped inside their own thoughts. Same loop, but different behaviors, and it all goes back to what's happening inside the brain. But what if the way to stop OCD is not to fight the thoughts, but to do the exact opposite? According to studies published in journals like Psychological Medicine and data from PubMed, the most effective treatment for OCD is something called cognitive behavioral therapy with ERP, and it's considered the gold standard. And here's the surprising part. It doesn't try to stop the thoughts. Instead, it teaches you to face them. This method is called exposure and response prevention, ERP. You expose yourself to the thought, but you don't react. No checking, no repeating, no escaping. At first, the anxiety increases, but then your brain starts to learn something new. Nothing bad actually happened, and slowly the signal becomes weaker. The loop starts to break. The next time a thought shows up in your head and it feels urgent, important, impossible to ignore, ask yourself one question. Is this really a problem, or is it just my brain trying to pull me back in? Because once you see the difference, everything changes. And if you want to understand how your body might be making this even worse, watch this video next. All the sources used in this video are in the description below. Before we end, I have a question. Do you think OCD starts in childhood or later in life? Tell me in the comments. I'll read every answer. If you liked this video, do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button. I'll see you in the next one.